I start this review, this is only a review for Hollow Road. This does not include Vincent Must Die. I didn't see Vincent Must Die. I didn't know that there was a two-part or a not two-part, but a double screen showing for this movie with that movie at AMC. Completely missed that. Apparently, it's 3.5 hours, so thank God I missed it. But I'm gonna try to watch Vincent Must Die soon whenever I can. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because it's nowhere online, and it seems like the only way to watch it in theaters is if you watch Hollow Road with it. So I'm gonna figure out a way to watch that one soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll get that up tomorrow, so then people can watch my review for the double feature along their watch of the double feature as well. But I'm just gonna get to Hollow Road now. Directed by Babak Anvari, who I don't know any of his other previous works. They don't seem to do very well, but I didn't really care because I didn't know about this guy and I don't know who directed this movie before I watched it. Hollow Road is if you haven't seen it for some reason, you're watching this. It's one of these thriller movies where you don't see anything that actually happens throughout the movie. Most of it just takes place through the dialogue and the tone set by the characters, and that's about it. 99% of the time, these movies suck ass. Like, I'm not a huge fan of these types of movies. I don't think they ever do well, and there's a reason for it. They're really boring, they're jarring to get through. Even with this one being really short, I was pretty worried about how bad it was going to be. The runtime for this is only an hour and 20 minutes, maybe even an hour 15. I think the credits might be 5 minutes long, and you know what? I think it's not too bad. I think the first half of the movie is way better than the second half by like a mile, and the second half of this movie completely held down this movie from being great. I was really excited as I was watching this and going through it of this being some hidden gem that I found on accident, and instead the second half just completely fell apart, and I wasn't really digging anything. The first half you get introduced to uh Rosamund Pike and Matthew Rhys, and they're both pretty good in this movie. I think Rosamund Pike is the clear best performance in this movie, and I'm not too surprised. She has a history of being a great actress, and she kills it in this role. She doesn't do as much talking as I was hoping she was gonna do, but even then, every time she's on screen, every time she's a word comes out of her mouth, it's amazing. She's absolutely amazing in this movie, and it was making me believe I'm watching a really good hidden gem, like I mentioned earlier. But stuff like whoever plays the daughter didn't care for her performance. Whoever plays the lady over the phone didn't really care for her either. A lot of the stuff that happens over the phone, I really just don't care about. There's a lot of tension built up, but I think most of the tension built up throughout this movie is what's happening in the car ride. The stuff with Matthew Rhys and how he's acting towards his daughter and even his wife in some scenes, and kind of trying to take control of the situation. Uh, Pike just delivery every single line she gives, and the way she's making you feel like stupidly worried for her daughter and trying to make you feel super bad while the dad's like just being a dad sort. He just Matthew Rhys is just doing such a good job at playing like the dad role, and I think the script plays into that as well. I actually don't think the script's too bad in this movie. A lot of the dialogue works well. It just comes down to some of the silliness that goes on in the second half. I think this movie starts to fall off immensely the second we get introduced to the mystery lady on the phone. I didn't care for her. She sucked. She kind of killed everything. I thought the really cool thing about this movie, and uh, the reason I actually hate these movies, was that a lot of the stuff that worked with this movie was just the three characters talking to each other and them actually feeling like a family that's existed in real life. But unfortunately, she comes in and it just makes everything feel a little less real, which sucks. I think the best part about this movie was how real it felt, and it just fell off so fast in the second half when I just wasn't a fan of it. I'm gonna keep. I know I probably repeated the same thing several times in this review, but the second half just falls off so bad. It almost ruins the movie, and the ending sucks so much. I really didn't like it at all. Don't know what else to say about Hollow Road. I think it looks fine. It's well acted, and second half bad. It's giving Hollow Road a 6 out of 10. I think it's okay. I think this could have been an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 if the second half was way better. It just I just didn't like the switch up in how the movie went. I dig the realistic relationship between Pike, Rise, and the daughter, and then mystery character introduced. Everything just it just falls so flat. I don't know how it happened. I thought something like that being more interesting in the movie would maybe even make it better, but no, it just killed what this movie was, which should have been a realistic situation between a parents and their daughter about a car crash situation where she kills someone. I actually also didn't mention this during my review part. The scene where the daughter is trying to give CPR to the dead person and the bones crack scared the shit out of me. That bone cracking sound was so annoyingly loud, and I mean it worked. It really did work. I think it was great, and I was hoping we would get more cool sound design stuff in this movie because you could watch this movie with your eyes closed, and I would have really appreciated more stuff like just stuff over the phone, just more noises. That bone breaking scene was just so good, and it just comes and goes sadly. But I don't know. This movie's okay. If you haven't seen Hollow Road, I haven't seen Vincent Must Die yet, so I can't tell you to go watch the two header in AMC. But honestly, not too bad. Hour 15 movie, and it's not awful.